Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, baby. Tuesday at 12 a.m. is Wednesday at midnight. Yeah.
Broadcasting from the Today in News digital studios at 0000 out of the New York metropolitan area on Big Dog Music Radio. Here's the conservative talk show host of Wednesday at Midnight, Trey Martin.
How are you? This is Trey Martin on Wednesday at midnight. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, we got a tough week. This is a hell of a political week, and what happened tonight, I will get to that in a second. I want to thank my buddy Jimmy J for doing that great introduction. He's got the greatest voice on radio as far as I'm concerned, and I think he's been working very hard. We're going to be on Sunday Morning Funhouse show, of course, this coming Sunday at 9:30. But that's sometimes he goes to bed early and he doesn't call in to say hello, but he's got a great radio voice, and we're always flattered that he does our intro for us. But before I get started with anything, our guest, is going to be coming up, Mike Paladino, great guy from Texas conservative singer, and got a group called the Moonlights. But before we get started, I just want to address one thing. I may talk about this later on just a little bit. I just want to touch on it. I usually don't get involved in these kind of things, but we have a very close friend. My girlfriend and I, Elizabeth Hawks, is a very close friend of my girlfriend's and I, and she had a very bad situation happen with someone who cursed her out on the phone, and someone she helped a lot. I don't want to mention names right now. Somebody she helped a lot cursed her out on the phone. I don't know what the exact situation was. I'm not getting into a thing of who was right, who was wrong. I got a feeling I would lean very heavily with Liz, our friend Elizabeth. But what was done was, I was privy to the conversation because it was taped, and I was able to hear it, and it wasn't very nice, and I was a little embarrassed by it because the person is someone we know and was a guest on our show a number of months ago. But it wasn't right. It's not right to do that with anybody. We don't like that kind of stuff going on in any kind of situation, and we were very taken back by it. So we had to say something to the people that were involved, and it got to a little bit of an involved thing, but I think it looks like it may work its way out a little bit. But Elizabeth, we're rooting for you, and we don't like what went on, and we're standing up for you, and that's the way we are. I don't want to get too much into the nuts and bolts of the situation, but that's about it. And I want to say good evening, everybody. Listen, the number here is 347-838-8898 on Wednesday at midnight. And Mike Paladino is going to be up in a little while, and he's really a good guy. He does he's an artist. He does a lot of website stuff. He actually is my webmaster on my website, trademartinmusic.com. But he's got a group called the Moonlights. He's a great singer. I know him for a long time. He used to be I think he was a lieutenant in the police force when he was in Jersey, but he moved to Texas a number of years ago, and now he's a big Texan, and I'm very proud of him. And I think he likes Rick Perry. I don't know Rick Perry, of course, but he's right in that the country, right in the state of Rick Perry. I think Rick Perry would make a great president, personally. But listen, that's just me. A lot of people don't even like him. They don't even mention him. But I think he's going to run. I think he may have a shot at the nomination. He was very important with the nomination last year. Today, what happened tonight, actually, with Virginia, with Eric Cantor getting beat by a Tea Party candidate. His name was Dave Bratt. Strange name. But he's a professor, and he seems like a very nice guy. I heard him talk a little bit. He seems very interesting. But the leader, the House leader, Majority Leader, Eric Cantor, got defeated by Dave Bratt in Virginia. And by the way, Lindsey Graham still held on and won in South Carolina against six people who opposed him. I think there were Tea Party people also. But I'll tell you what, the Democrats better watch out, because with this showing about this Dave Bratt winning in Virginia against Eric Cantor, who's kind of like an establishment Republican, and we didn't dislike Eric Cantor too much, but he was into that amnesty thing a little bit too heavily for me. I'm not really for this immigration thing, this immigration policy of making everybody legal and just let everything go and stuff like that. These people broke the law, and they're supposed to be treated like lawbreakers. Not that we have to arrest them, but they're not just supposed to be a slap on the wrist and just let everything go and just become, you could be citizens right now, no problem. No, they have to really learn the language. They have to go through the motions of doing it the right way. And, it's be impossible to ship back 11, 12 million people back to their country. So we would have to deal with them in some way, but they have to be dealt with the way where they pay taxes, pay back taxes, and they were handled like they did break the law, and which they did. And the situation with people just letting their children come across the border and come into Arizona and Texas, I have a little bit of a problem with that, because I don't understand how anybody could let their child, a young child, I'm not talking about an infant now, but a young child, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever the ages are, just let them come into a new country all by themselves and be hopeful that somebody's going to take care of them. I don't understand it. And they say, I heard that there's going to be like 90, there used to be 6,500 of these happening, children coming across the border, and now there's going to be like 90,000 this year. Do you believe that? I don't understand that. Yes.
Mike Paladino is on the line, and the Colonel's also.
Okay, good. Hold the Colonel. Tell the Colonel I'm going to be a little tied up for a while. If he wants to call back later on, I got to talk to Mike, my special guest, for a little while. All right, and tell the Colonel.
Oh, he heard you.
Back.
He can hear you.
All right, okay, good enough. Mike, where are you, Mike?
I'm right here, Trade. How are you doing?
Everything's good, Mike. I'm glad you're here. This thing, and Mike's a big conservative from Texas, everybody, and we're on the same wavelength as far as the right-wing stuff is concerned, Mike and I. But what do you think about what happened in Virginia with Eric Cantor?
With Cantor?
Yeah.
The Cantor. Yeah. Well, he buried himself. He's a big amnesty guy, immigration guy, and this is what happens. We can't afford to do this anymore.
No.
And I'm in Texas. So, I mean, I'm about I guess about 4 hours from the border myself.
Right.
And
what about
they'll be coming
What about
across,
the children that were coming in though? That were coming in. They're coming into Texas too, aren't they?
Yeah, they're coming. Yeah, they're coming to Texas. They're going to Arizona, and I believe they're going to come into California. And they're going to go on the military bases. That's what I had.
Yeah, there's 3 military bases that are going to start taking these kids in. How do you feel about that, Mike? I mean, a parent lets their kids just come in. I guess they figure they get a better life over here, but. Wow, that's very dangerous. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, the parents of these kids, the country where they're coming from should take care of these kids. We're not the handout nation. Well, we are now. We've been lately as the big handout.
Oh, yes, we
are.
Now. Yes, we are the handout nation now.
But, it's out of control. And Now this guy wants to pay for. He's got. I think they said $2 million for attorneys. I mean, can you afford an attorney for something? I mean, where are we going here?
Well, the taxpayers are going to pay for that. But listen, when Mike says this guy, of course he means Barack Obama. I say what's his name?
I can't even say his name. I mean, we're down here. That's a dirty name down here.
What about Rick Perry? What do you think? I mean, I like Rick Perry. What do you think about Rick Perry? You live right down
there. Well, he's done a lot for Texas. I mean, he's a good guy. Does a lot for Texas. And I never had a problem with him. I voted for him. I'd vote for him again, But he's a smart guy.
What do you think about his? What do you think about his chances of for the presidency in 2016?
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I haven't really followed him lately, but that's a tough, a real tough grind.
Oh, I know.
And
it is.
These guys, it's just amazing to me that they actually fight all this time, spend all this money, just to get some power.
But there's really a lot of money in this office.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's it probably made of money. They throw money at you in this office.
Oh.
We don't know trillions of dollars going on. I mean,
yeah. By the way, let me thank you for that nice intro you gave, and also it's good to hear a Jersey voice.
Well, yeah, I know. I told everybody you're from Jersey originally. How long you been in Texas, Mike? How long you been?
20 years.
20 years already, huh?
Yeah, and with the group, I have to be the front man because they like the accent. Makes it authentic.
Right,
so I mean, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, listen, your group, the Moonlights, I love the sound, and even my buddy, my co-writer, and my oldies guru guy. I mean, I think he said he threatened me. He said he's going to call in tonight because he loves you and he loves your site, the Doo-Wop Jukebox, and he loves your group. He said they sing great, which you guys do, and he said he's going to maybe call in and just say hello because you were going to call in when he was on. I think
I was, and I couldn't get on, right? Yeah,
you couldn't get on that week.
Yeah, but I remember that. And
when are you playing? Well, what's your next day with the Moonlights? What's up with them?
We have we're pretty busy down here, Trey. I mean, it's really great. As far as the music goes, we performed at a university I think 2 weeks ago, and we did a pretty big RV park. We do a lot of private shows. Wednesday, we're doing a seniors gathering in a Presbyterian church.
I see.
And then we have a benefit next Sunday for a sheriff's officer on one of these counties here that has liver cancer. So we're going to do a benefit for him. But, the group, let me tell you, these guys, 3 of these guys never even heard this music before.
That's wild, huh?
Well, it's insane.
But that's right. They pick up on it and they get it down. I mean, you guys sound very authentic. And
well, thanks.
You are authentic.
We try to stay to the tribute to the record, the original stuff, and the people, that's what they want anyway. You can't deviate from that.
You know what I was thinking, Mike, and I was thinking before you were coming on and everything. I always keep track of how many days there are till Christmas. And I didn't do it last week, but there's 196 days till Christmas. Why don't you do an a cappella Christmas album?
We're trying to get that. We have. We do about on the shows close to Christmas. We do about 7 or 8 Christmas songs, and we're trying to get that done. So because that's for the fact of being it's a money maker because it is Christmas and holidays. It's also fun to do, It's one shot a year, and it's great.
Oh, it's done great.
We have 7 songs down now.
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful, because a cappella, I could hear a lot of a cappella Christmas stuff would sound really great. People would love it around that time of year. It would be great. Well, anyway, listen, we got a long way to go to Christmas. It's 196 days, and I'm not sure, probably like 180 days or 80 or 70-something, I'm just ballparking it, till the election in 2014, where I believe that the Republicans, the conservatives, will take the Senate, man. We're going to take the Senate, and then we're going to have a lot more power.
We have to take the Senate. If we don't take the Senate, if we don't take the House, we are.
Well, we're gonna keep the House, Mike. We're gonna keep the House. I'm very confident with that we're gonna keep the House and we're gonna take the Senate. We're gonna dominate in the Senate. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this guy just wiped us out. I mean, that's how I see it. I mean, there are other. You got the lefties out here that this guy is the Teflon Don. This guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, you know, because he's half white. You know, they let him go. They let him do whatever he wants and everything like that. And listen, this guy could have been a good president, Mike. He could have really, you know, he could have been a liberal. He could have been lefty, but he's going so far radical left that he's just unbelievable. And
yeah,
I think now that this happened tonight with Eric Cantor. With this guy beating him with the Tea Party guy, he's going to get real nervous and he's going to move real quick with this amnesty thing. I heard Sean Hannity say something about it and Laura Ingraham and say something about that he's going to get his pen and his phone ready.
Yeah, he's going to get his pen out. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
this guy has transformed this country into a third world country.
Just about. I'll tell you what. And not only that, I predicted years ago that before he gets out of office, he's going to pardon a number of people that we're not going to pardon.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know, and especially, I'll tell you who he's going to pardon. Yeah, Liz. Liz.
Jeff Rubin is also on the line.
All right, just hold on 1 second. I bet he's going to pardon Balagovich. I made the prediction. That's his buddy from Chicago.
This is what this guy does. This guy has all these Woodstock offspring working for him.
Absolutely, yeah. The hippie generation is now leading us. Yes, that's right.
Those people you've seen crapping and peeing in the mud in Woodstock, and I was there, not in Woodstock. I was coming home from hunting up there that time, and it was just what a disgrace. But this is the offspring now of what you see of the pictures of Woodstock. This is what's
it's like Occupy Wall Street was that. Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah, the same deal.
The Occupy movement, they're crapping on cars and they're having sex and the thing. I mean, it's just it's liberalism. They have no boundaries. Just do whatever you want. Everything is cool. Don't worry about it, man. I'll tell you. But anyway, listen, Jeff is on the line. I want to bring Jeff Rubin. I want you to say hello to Jeff Rubin. Jeff, say hello to Mike. You there, Jeff?
Hello. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Mike, it is an honor to be on the
thank you.
show with you. I just want to tell you a few things. Trade, if you don't mind.
Sure,
I just got to tell Mike. His rendition with the Bonniers, first of all, I love the Moonlights, and I love the site. I wish I could go to the shows. But your rendition, Mike, with the Bonniers of At Last by Sonny Two and the Orioles is one of the most beautiful things on this planet.
Well, thank you. That's good to hear, Jeff. Yeah, that means a lot to but it means a lot to me, and of course, I don't see the guys I don't see them anymore because I'm down here, but it does mean a lot to me. And I try to push the Bonairs, the Moonlights, whenever I get a chance. Even the Princetones, that was my first group. I can't say anything about Guardian Angel, but that was our first song. But anyway.
Right. Did you do that before the other group did it, though, Mike?
Yeah, we wrote 4 songs on the street corner in Palisades Park, and we sang those 4 songs with the teenagers in '58, I think it was, at St. Cecilia's. Remember the St. Cecilia High School? They had these big oldie shows.
Yeah,
sure. We sang that song, Guardian Angel. It wasn't called that. That wasn't the name. But 6-7 months later, I heard it on the radio. And we were 14 years old. And before we could do anything, it was too late. So, but everybody knows that song. Everybody.
What, Jeff? What'd you say?
I was wondering if they stole it because I heard it by the Selections. It was the first record I heard.
Yeah, well, obviously somebody stole it or it inspired the other record, in some way, I'm not sure.
Selections were the first to put it out. I think it came out about 7 or 8 times. Every time I turn around, it's a different group singing it that I find.
Imaginations,
yeah. It's incredible. I mean, I had a guy here in my house Guy is about 75, 76 years old. He's here the other day. He's a Texan. And I played the song for him. He knew it.
He did, huh?
He knew it. He knew it.
Well, Curtis Lewer now is a guardian angel, so I guess that's must have inspired Curtis Lewer too, huh? Guardian angel up above.
Yeah.
Someone to love. You got to, but you got to have a red hat now. What kind of hat does he wear? He wears a funny hat on the side.
I think he still wears the red hat, don't he?
Yeah, that's Curtis Lewer. Yeah, he's on. Yeah. He's opposite Rush Limbaugh in our area. He's on from 12 to 3 on 77 ABC. And Rush Limbaugh.
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, you're not in this area.
Well, yeah, But Jeff, listen, I really appreciate what you're saying about the groups. That makes me feel good. And I told Trey that 3 of these guys never even heard this music.
I know.
And they love it.
From the Moonlight.
I mean, I knew this music all my life, and the things that you do. There Goes My Love, the Fantastics. The Bob Chords, Dear Lord. I just love that stuff. And I love the rendition of Dear Lord. And this is crazy, but your Royal Jesters song that you sang on the video.
Yeah. Well, we do about 4 of those songs. They're great. Those guys, we backed them when I came down here.
Wow.
And started
Years
the group.
ago.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Years ago, somehow, it was after the record came out, but it was around the time of when Sonny and Sungroves had talked to me, which had that, it came from that area too.
Right,
one of my friends, I used to tape songs with records. My friends had real jobs. I was in show business. I didn't have money. I didn't have a real job. I was a songwriter, and he had my Angel by the Royal Jesters, My Angel of Love.
My Angel of Love, yeah.
Yeah, and I taped that. And I also taped, not only did I tape that last, I also taped Cherry, your version of Cherry by the Diamond.
Yeah, Bonaz, yes.
He had that, and I also taped the great Avalon's record, You Not, My Heart's Desire.
My Heart's Desire, yeah.
All those were great versions by you, really.
Well,
really
thanks.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Mike is really, he's got that doo-wop jukebox site. Anybody wants to listen, take a look at Mike's doo-wop jukebox site. That's a great site.
About 10,000 songs on there now.
I know. How long has that site been up, Mike? How long has that site been up?
96.
Wow, since 96.
And I update it every month.
Uh-huh.
Every month I update it, Did you know, and I didn't know this, Trade. This is for Trade because Trade was on our on the Bon Air's tracks. And,
wow.
Yeah. Trade did our tracks. Oh yeah. They brought him in to do tracks. That's how I met Trade. In fact, the Royal Jesters did My Love, which I never knew. The one we did, the Bon Airs did My Love, the old Joni James song. They did the same song. I didn't know that,
Jeff is very hip to the stuff that really the inspiration for all the real doo-wop stuff. He's into that 1940, 45, 40. When did the first doo-wop record? Jeff, what would your thoughts be on the very first real doo-wop record, like in the 40s? What happened?
There's a lot of.
What would you say? Which record is it?
Well, there's a lot of different. People have different ideas.
What's your thought? What's your opinion?
My thought, in 1950, the Ravens came out with Count Every Star, and the bass intro was probably an intro that was ripped off or riffed on by every doo-wop bass that ever lived after it. It was.
You agree with that one, Mike? I'm sure you are, right, Mike?
Yeah, I agree. See, I was taught bass by.
He does bass.
Oh, the Chantons. Yeah, I was taught bass by. God, I can't think of his name now. What a senior moment. The Chantons, the lead singer of the Chantons. Oh God, he was one of our producers, and he taught me bass, how to do the root, the black bass, which I always wanted to do. But now,
wait a second, we can't get racial now. No, we don't want any black bass.
Right. I don't even pay attention to that when it comes to the music.
It's such a stupid thing. I mean, we got a black president, and now we have more racial than we've ever been in our lives. Everything is racial.
Yeah, but Jeff mentioned There Goes My Love and by the Fantastics and the Continentals, Dear Lord. All right?
Right.
I never sang lead all the years I was with the Bon Airs and the Princestones. Never sang lead.
No
but
kidding.
Those two songs I'm singing lead on, which I still can't believe.
Well, that's great.
Great.
No, you're a good lead. I heard you do lead a lot of times. You were really great. I loved it.
Yeah, but I prefer the harmony. That's my shtick.
Well, you like give out the parts and everything. You used to do that in the Four Seasons. Machoch, the guy, I think he used to be the bass player. No, not the bass player. He was the guitar player. He passed on, but
not Bob Crew. Was Bob Crew?
No, well, Bob Crew was the producer. I knew Bob.
Yeah, but he was also a writer too.
Played on a couple of their sessions, but not on any of the real big hits, but on the Four Seasons. And Machoch used to tell everybody what parts to sing. Like in the group. Like so that's you do that stuff. You give
we do that.
Sing this, you sing the baritone, you sing this note, you sing this note.
Yes,
you do that a lot.
Yes. In fact,
Jeff,
I got the name. Skip Jackson.
Skip Jackson, sure. Yes.
That's the one that taught me the black bass, the root bass of the gospel. And that's what we would do with the Bon Airs. If you notice, we did a lot of flamingo stuff, and that's how I learned that the riffs and stuff like that.
Right, and to me, the ultimate bass was Jimmy Ricks. He just was.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to ask one. I'm sorry to take over the show.
Good, that's right. Good, Jeff.
Just want to ask one question. I have a lot of great favorite records from all the great groups, but there's individual pieces out there, odd items. One of my favorite records is Only the Angels Know by the Esquires on Hypo. Did you ever do that at all in your shows or anywhere?
No, the Bon Airs never did that. No.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't even know.
It's on the jukebox. It's on the jukebox.
It's on there. Yeah. I don't even know. I never heard that record. Jeff comes up with things, and Mike comes up with things that I have no idea.
Trey. When I started that doo-wop jukebox, I got a lot of emails from collectors telling me, "Well, why don't you do a database? Do this?" I said, "Listen, this is not for collectors.
Right.
This is for people that like the music and never heard these songs."
I understand, sure.
You know what I mean? And that's what I do. I still kept that policy that I put the songs on there. People and songs that were not popular at all. That you never heard them. They're so forget it.
They weren't really hits.
Stuff.
They weren't really hits. They were great records, but they weren't really hits at the time.
Right, and nobody knew them.
A lot of things come out, and they're not promoted, and they just lay around, and then you guys find them, and people find them, and they start bringing them to light later on. But a lot of things weren't hits. But listen, we're kind of running out of time. Jeff, I want to thank you for calling in.
Sure. Thank you. I want to thank Mike for all he's doing, and of course, Trade, for all you're doing. Thank you very much.
All right, man. I'll
Jeff,
talk to you
my
soon.
pleasure.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jeff, take it easy. See ya. Yeah, he's great. He's a great lyricist, too, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
We work together all the time. Jeff and I write a lot of songs together, and we've written a lot of songs. We wrote a couple of things for BB, and that I produced with BB King. And he's a great writer.
Well, he made me feel good.
Oh, yeah, well, he's very sincere, Jeff. He meant what he said, Mike, and I mean what I say. I love your stuff, too, with the Moonlights. And promo your next thing. Where are you going to be at? What's your next thing?
Well, it's we do mostly 90% private shows.
Right.
But the next open gig is in Bernie, Texas, which is about 30 miles north of west of San Antonio, and we're doing a benefit there for a sheriff's officer that has liver cancer.
Oh,
so let me tell you something, Trey. Every time we go somewhere, we sell the place out. It's unbelievable. Sure. We're the only group in the state doing authentic New York style street corner harmony.
Wow, New York and Texas. That's the way we like it. the Empire State, right in the heart of Texas. And you're in Kerrville, right? You're in Kerrville.
Yeah, Kerrville. It's about 60 miles northwest of San. I'm in the hill country. I got a ranch here, but everybody carries a gun down here, which is really something else, man. It's great.
Well, that's you can't be breaking the law down in Texas, otherwise they take care of you.
Well, no, it's you got to get your permits and everything, but everybody has concealed weapons here, so there's not as many murders here as in Chicago. I'll tell you that.
Listen, you don't hear about too many criminals breaking into police stations, because they don't break into places where people have guns.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't want to deal with that. And I always say, listen, give criminals a break because they need their guns to do their job,
Yes.
But we need our guns to protect ourselves too.
That's right.
And Mike, we didn't tell everybody you were a former police officer too.
I retired as a captain 20 years ago.
Wow, it's
amazing. It's a long time, but I couldn't do it now.
Mike,
I'd be in
Mike
jail
Paladino,
myself.
I want to thank you very much for being with us. We're out of time. This is Wednesday at midnight. This is Trade Martin, and was really happy to have you on. And come on again with me, Mike. Again.
My pleasure, Trade. I sure will. Good talking to you.
I'm going to be on this show on Friday afternoon with J.J. McCartney. He's got a great show. He's like a Rush Limbaugh, this guy.
Okay. I'll see if I can check it out. Sure.
Yeah, it's between 3 to 5. He's
okay.
You'll check it out. He's the J.J. McCartney show. I'm going to be on with him like around 4 o'clock. I'm going to do a weekly thing with him, and he's invited me on. But he was my guest last week. All right, Mike, thank you very much. And everybody, have a great Wednesday, and we will talk to you next Wednesday night at midnight. Wednesday at midnight. And don't forget to catch Jimmy, Jay, and I on Sunday on the Sunday Morning Funhouse at 9:30 a.m. this coming Sunday. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you. This is Trade Martin.
Good night, Trade.
Wishing you the best always. Keep the faith.